Going to a 4-year college is the plan for most students after graduating high school. However, with mounting college costs, more and more students are choosing alternate cheaper ways to continue their education, while still remaining competitive in the job market. Back in the post-World War II era, only about 20% of the US population went on to acquire college degrees. At the time, most of the people who got out of high school would go on to the job market with just their high school degrees. Back then, high school education was enough to provide the skill sets to work at the majority of the industries. In fact, most families also just relied on a single income earner from those jobs to be in the middle class. However, college costs has started to increase almost exponentially since the early 1980s, where tuition has increased over 1,000% since then. Meanwhile, wages for workers has remained largely stagnant over the same period of time. With increasing college debt going into the job market, most people are falling behind further financially to pay for that debt with lower wages. Did you know, student loans are one of the few obligations that cannot be written off, even in case of bankruptcy? One of the most common ways to further your education without breaking the bank is going the route of attending the community college for the first 2 years. Most prerequisites for majority of college degrees can be completed at a fraction of the costs at these community colleges. After 2 years, students would then transfer to a traditional university to complete the remainder of their degrees. This method would save tens of thousands of dollars in college education costs. However, as technology advances with more information readily available to most people via online, more people are opting to skip the traditional college altogether. Tech companies have been at the forefront in recruiting for positions that do not require higher education other than high school. For example, Elon Musk has said that his company Tesla has been hiring for technical positions without the requirement of college degrees. But nowadays, other companies have also followed suit in similar hiring process, from IT to manufacturing, even some in the finance industries. The hiring process these days are more focused on application of knowledge, rather than just what's written on a piece of paper. Companies are looking into those who have proper certifications, and being able to apply their knowledge to solve real-world problems. Certifications can focus on a vast array of fields, from project management to sales, and even in certain trade skills. These certifications aim to familiarize potential employees in the systems and protocols that the companies are using to manage their businesses. These certifications are available on sites like Udemy and Coursera, where applicants can pay very modest fees to attend the classes and acquire official certifications. Some certification courses are even available for free and are offered by the very same hiring companies. And of course, one cannot discount the tremendous value that free resources, like your local library or even YouTube, can offer in your continuing education. Building your knowledge base by focusing on the core skill sets required for future job opportunity would be best accomplished by reading books on those topics and researching them via online. Go through YouTube videos and participate in online professional forums or Discord channels. I personally have learned so much about various topics from YouTube alone than anywhere else. Pursuing higher education is a very important issue to consider for many people after graduating high school. But most of these students do not realize the hard consequences of signing up for student loans when applying for colleges. They have been misled by the education system and of course by their parents that college degrees are the sure way of being successful in the job market. But the old formula no longer works. Wages no longer is keeping up with the costs of education. There are some people who work a job after college that pays less a year than what they owe in student debt, making college degrees a terrible investment. To those about to embark in the real world after high school, consider the other alternatives I have provided in this video to further your education. Your money can be best spent on investing and building wealth than wasting it paying for useless degrees and perks offered at these very expensive colleges or universities. In addition to choosing cheaper options for higher education, you can also choose to work straight out of high school. There are companies out there who would recruit high school students in their co-op programs, where students get to learn and work in their respective fields. Some of these companies would in turn hire these students at the end of the program, if you have demonstrated that you can learn and succeed in the company. In addition, these companies would even help pay for tuition when students transition to college after high school, while they continue to work. Anyway, those are the alternatives to traditional college that people have pursued for higher education, without being crippled by high tuition costs. What other ways do you know that can help potential high school graduates prepare for the real world? If you enjoy this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to this channel. Later.